Okay, well, I guess we're started here. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. And it has been a while since we've been together. So open up your cameras if you want to. Um, this is just real informal. I wanted to get together and talk about Redox Gold and how cool it has been to using it in these last just a couple of weeks that we've had it. So we have the big tube, and then these are the little baby tubes that come with it. And everybody was raving about it so much that I could not believe how many people came from all across the world, from Asia, Europe, Australia, like really everywhere. I think all 35 countries, pretty close, were represented when they launched this. And it was because people had been using it for about 3 months and started saying, "You're not going to believe this." And I sometimes when you have those too good to be true stories, you kind of get like put off a little bit. And I thought, really, is it really that good? And I have to say that I tried it. They gave everybody at the meeting just one of the little tubes. And I took, in fact, this was the little tube that I got. And I took it and I just put a little bit on my hand. I think I've used all of it. Yeah, oh, there's a little bit. So I took probably about that much. And I have a really stiff neck on this side from past injuries, a couple of car accidents, but a really bad bike accident that I was in. And I have always had not very good range of motion in my neck. Like I have to turn my whole body to turn around to like look at something behind me. And I put this on there just to see what it would do and didn't really pay much attention and had been in the meeting maybe 10, 20 minutes. And I turned my head and I went like that. And I turned my head, like my shoulders were still forward. And I have really good range of motion on this side. I can take and look back behind me just fine. But this side, I always move my whole body. And it's a habit, part of it, because it had stiffened up, right? And so I found myself and I turned around to look at the person behind me and I went, "Oh, I just turned my head like that far." So I had a pretty immediate result from it. The other thing that happens to me a lot is I start feeling something coming on. And a lot of times it ends up putting me in bed. I've got to turn the lights down low and I get that pressure. I just get some buildup and pressure. And I can feel it coming. And it starts right here, probably because I clench and it's kind of build up tension. And it starts right here, but it's also in that part in my neck. And then it will radiate and come up, and it just settles into my eyeball and right here in the front of my head. So I have had that happen a few times, and I've just taken this and just rubbed it right here, rubbed it just down like on my neck right here, and back on that spot. And I have not had any more symptoms. Like none of that comes. I get relief, it relaxes, it cools, it soothes, it's comforting, it de-stresses the body. So we have a whole list of things that we can say and that we can't say about it. And I have experienced all of that with the relief, the comfort, the cooling, the soothing, the relaxing, tired, overworked muscles and joints. It relieves and alleviates discomfort after exercise or overworked muscles. It relaxes your muscles, your body, and tension. It de-stresses the body. It improves your activity, which that activity was pretty impressive for myself. And you apply it before and after workouts. You massage it deep into the muscles. So you definitely sit and work it in, work it in, work it in wherever you are putting it. It has rapid, fast acting. It is rapid and fast acting. And there is gold, actual 24 karat gold flakes that are in, that is part of the ingredients. There's no dyes, no colors, no fragrances, no allergens. It's non-greasy. There's no strong or odor. It's premium, clean, non-toxic ingredients. It's safe for sensitive skin of all ages. It's hypoallergenic. And I can testify of that because I have super sensitive skin and have had since I started using any of the Redox products. And when I started using the gel in 2014, and then when I started using the serum, my skin reacted. So I had to take it really super slow with all of those. And then eventually my skin, I got to the point that I could use it all over my face and everywhere. But when I first started using it, I really had some sensitivity to it. I've had zero sensitivity to this. And it is not for cosmetics uses. We still have the Renew 28 to use for all of the cosmetic uses, the cellulite, um, all of the skin things that you have going on. But I still wanted to try this on my face because I wanted to see if I was going to have some of those sensitivities. Zero, zero. Because I wanted to put it on my TMJs. I wanted to put it like all through here to relax these muscles that get, what's the word that I can use so that it will de-stress my body and relieve and relax the muscles. So I have used it extensively all over, and there have been no problems. It absorbs easy. You can carry it in your purse with you. Now, the next thing that I wanted to say is the ingredients that are in it are uh, the same ingredients that we have in the Renew 28, but it's a total different combination. So it's a much higher redox signaling. I heard them say it's not like a higher dose, it's a higher level of redox signaling molecules that are in it. And the ingredients are water, sodium, magnesium, fluorosilicate. How do you say that, Tammy? Sodium phosphate and sodium chloride and gold. Actual 24 karat gold. It's elemental gold, all natural elemental gold that works as a catalyst for redox signaling molecules, enhancing and focusing the benefits. The redox signaling molecules that are in there stimulate the cellular activity to kickstart vital cellular functions like recovery and detoxification. It's free from chemicals, dyes, additives, and strong scents. The one thing that we were taught on the slides that they showed us was if there is a cell in your body that is like damaged and needs to be repaired, people will put icy hot on it. And what it does is it just kind of numbs the skin or numbs the surface so that you can have some relief. Well, this actually increases glutathione in damaged cells by 280%. If it's a healthy cell, it will increase the glutathione in a healthy cell by 70, up to 70%. So when you're putting this on there and you're starting to get relief in back tension and you're starting to get some of that relief, just know it's increasing the glutathione in those cells, which if you Google what glutathione does inside cells, that's what medical doctors and people are doing to increase the cellular repair. So if we can do that by rubbing this on our skin and it's going into those cells, then we're going to get the increased and the relief and the safe, effective de-stressing of the body. So the other thing that we can talk about is the heat. So if you look at these, they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of studies like this, where there is so much heat in the skin or in the body. And this is after they put the Redox Gold on it. This has been studied for over 3 years, and there have been 100% results in all of the case studies. There was some kind of increase in their repair. So I asked Katie, I asked her if she would share anything that has happened with her since she started using it. Katie, are you free? Can you share with us?
Yes, yeah. I'll see if I can
Oh,
open
yeah.
my camera.
Awesome.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of a mess.
You look
Um, so mine is actually somewhat similar to yours. I I carry my tension in like my upper shoulders, my neck area. And that's kind of what I've always thought it was, but I also have learned that through like the gene mutations that I have, that there could be some issues with connective tissue, and that's some of that. And so when the radiance came out, I noticed I had relief too, because connective tissue. But I'm lazy with the Renew, so I don't use that a lot for pain. It's like my beauty stuff, unless I'm desperate. And that's one of the things I get desperate for, is that shoulder neck stuff, because it will build and build and build, and then it will debilitate me. I'll get a headache. I have to go to the chiropractor usually because I just can't I get all out of whack. Like the muscles get so tense, it like just, I get totally out of whack. So I've done the Renew, but it's just, I usually go for a pain reliever or go to the chiropractor. That's kind of how I start getting relief. So I hate to say I do, but I go for the pain pill. um, so now, since I got the gold, and it intensifies around my cycle. So I I just had my cycle, and so I've had the gold since, and I um have been sort of using it preventatively, because I could sort of, like Lorianne was saying, I can start to feel when it's going to come on or when it's going to build, and so
Mhm.
I've been doing it almost nightly. Um, on my shoulders and my neck. And then sometimes in the morning, if I wake up a little bit like I didn't sleep as good, or I slept on my side and my head was like, you know how you kind of wake up with a kink or something? So I've done it morning and night. It just depends on how the day goes. But I'm finding that I have not had that build up yet, you know? And so I don't know how many weeks I've had it now, but I did go through the cycle while I've had it, and I did not have a debilitating day. I didn't have to take any pain pills. So I feel like this one's going to be a good one for me. I haven't had a lot of other opportunities to try it. I haven't done any working out. I don't do anything else. So just that one area, though, for me is probably going to be pretty powerful, because it's like once a month it gets debilitating, you know? So
Yeah.
uh, that'll be great for me.
Thanks for sharing, Katie.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah. Ha, Ginger, I know that you've had it for a little
Yeah,
while.
yeah, actually, couple days, well, I guess it was Saturday morning, I was getting in the shower and I stubbed my second toe on my left foot and literally thought I broke my toe. It was that bad. And so I got through the shower real quick and immediately put the gold on. And I did the 3 times in 5 minutes. And it doesn't hurt. It didn't bruise,
Wow.
nothing. I mean, it was immediate for me. And I think maybe when people are going to have, when those of us that have the ASEA in our system, I think we're going to see quicker results.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what I'm thinking. I can't make any claims to that, but kind of
Well,
wondering if maybe.
I just think those of us that are drinking the molecules, and we've been doing that for a while, we have less inflammation because it says right on the ASEA bottle that that's exactly what it works on is inflammation when we're drinking it. On this, uh, it really literally goes to work like immediately. That's what the gold does, is it just will take it in there and get it right into the cells so fast.
And that's what I experienced.
Yeah, that's
So I was super grateful for it.
yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Ginger.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. I have a couple of toes on my right foot that are starting to curl. They're like starting to do this little like bendy thing up here. It has been making me a little bit nuts because I just thought I'm too young to have toes that are like curling. And I've known it for a little while. I had a massage therapist tell me that I really needed to be working on stretching out a muscle up by my knee. And I haven't been real regular doing that. But now I have been putting the gold or regular every single day. I've been putting the gold on my toes. And I've had this for years and years. So I don't expect immediate results, but I do feel like there's not as much tension. Like it's de-stressing whatever is like holding them, pulling them up. So I'll have to keep you posted on that one. But Tammy, you have had it for a little while, haven't you?
Yeah, like a week, I think, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit more. I kept running to the mailbox every day. I'm like, what is taking so long to get here? Um, but so yeah, and of course, right when I got, I'm like, okay, what hurts? And nothing was hurting, which was such a great thing. But all I have to do is wait, like the weather in Kansas. So um, I've talked about it before, but I'm going on 30 years now with the chronic upper back issue, thoracic spine. And ASEA really helped knock out the like nagging, it really helped calm it down, but it's never loosened up. In fact, the chiropractor kinesiologist that I go to when I just can't take it anymore, he said I would almost be somebody he would put under anesthesia and manipulate that area. It's
Oh,
so like
wow.
he was just giving that as an example of how locked up my thoracic spine basically moves as one big unit.
Okay.
And I tried to fall off of a step ladder around Thanksgiving and really wrenched my back. So it just aggravated the whole thing. But I've been doing a lot of things for it. But by the end of the day, especially if I've had a client or two, it's just a nagging. It's an ache.
Mhm.
And so when I got that gold, I thought, okay, here's when it came on. It's usually in the evening. And so I can't put it on myself. I can't
Yeah.
reach it.
Yeah.
So I had Jeff put it on. Of course, I had to give him the amount I wanted to put on because he always does like the essence of it, just barely any. But I got it on. And I will say I've done that several times in the evening. And the ache, I had to come in and go. I was in about an hour and a half worth of Zoom one night, had him put it on before. And usually sitting here on a Zoom, my back will just get to bothering me more and more. And I did not have any discomfort. And that's been kind of consistent. So now I'm thinking, okay, every day I'm getting him to put it on twice a day
Hmm.
and I'm going to stick with that. And then I'm going to go see my kinesiologist and see what he
Oh,
can do as far as because I I now I had started noticing that when I roll on a certain wedge I have, I'm starting to get some little pops here and there. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
this area hasn't, done
wow.
those noises in a while. The other thing, because of some of the body work I do, my thumb in this area, it can kind of bark at me sometimes in the evening. And so I keep the gold, I've been putting it on that as well. And I do feel like it's, you know, easy to forget because, you see a squirrel and you're like, I don't remember it, having that. But if I'm honest, there's a noticeable difference. So
Mm.
I'm fascinated about why this is so much different and so much more effective. And I would also like to get a list of that words we can say.
Okay, yeah, I can make sure that I'll take a picture of that and put that in that group chat that we've got.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Lenore and Dean, do you guys have some experiences that you've had?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think Dean has used it yet because he never gets discomfort.
I use it on my hands
Oh,
to solve her problems.
Yeah, he puts it on his hands to put on my back. So,
My hands are doing great.
teamwork, teamwork.
right. But we went down for the meeting a couple of weeks ago, right? Is that when it was?
Yeah, January 10th.
And yeah, and I had been kind of sick that week, and I had some discomfort near my ear and down my eustachian tube that day. And so I thought I'd try it on that, and it worked. And then
I
I
wish
also
I could like capture that, like when people say it's like, because it's hard to describe it. It's like it works.
yeah, it just
It
well, you
just
can't.
works.
There's some words you can't say in that,
I
but
know.
it works. I can say that, right?
Yep, you can say it
and
works.
and then I had some discomfort also in my sinuses, and so I just put it right there on my rubbed it in, and it it was kind of interesting because about an hour later I had to find a bunch of Kleenexes because it was clearing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't I got done with that and I was like, I don't think my sinuses have ever felt this open ever since I can remember,
Wow.
like ever. And
Wow.
so I will put it, I don't usually have discomfort in my sinuses, but that along the Wasatch Front, there's been kind of an inversion. So sometimes I go down to Utah and it kind of irritates things, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so I several times a week I'll remember to put it on there, and I think I they did say that the effects are cumulative at the meeting, and I am experiencing that, I think.
Yeah. So
So
do you want to describe that a little bit for people that might not know what you mean?
Oh, you're back.
that's basically all they said about it. Somebody had asked if the effects were lasting, if they helped long-term issues.
Mm-hmm.
And all they said was the effects are cumulative, and that's
Uh-huh.
all they said.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
So
I don't know if
It just
anybody
keeps
said that
it
about.
just keeps getting better.
Yeah, well, and I have him rub it down my spine because I get a lot of tension in my back and my hips,
Yeah.
and I found it to be true also that the effects are long lasting, and it seems to help things improve over time more.
Which would make sense of when they said it increases the glutathione in those damaged cells by 280%.
Right.
I mean, yeah, 280%. Yeah.
Anyway, he doesn't get it anywhere except on his hands when apparently
Well,
he doesn't ever have any discomfort. So
that kudos. That's good. He's one in a
I think he
million.
does. I think he just doesn't pay attention to it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Thank you so much, you guys, for sharing these experiences with us. I have invited Scott Aldred to be on the call with us next week because he's the one that has actually done all of the testing for the last 3 years, him and his science team. He used to be the president of ASEA, and he has now become an associate. So he's now in the field. And he is, so I sent him a message and he said he was in Hawaii with his wife right now, but he is going to come on our call next week. And then I have put in a request to have Hunter Dean, who is the head biochemist, I think is what he is. He is going to be on the call in 2 weeks. So they will explain, we're having all of these experiences. We are not really understanding why. We just know it works. And we're having all these it works experiences. And I wanted to invite them to explain why this is happening, or, what's made, they can, I'm sure, be able to explain it a little bit more, and all the testing and all the studies that they have done on it. So we'll have them come on in the next couple of weeks. I wanted to explore this with you guys because it's so new, and just see, what's happening with you. Keep using it. They said you can be generous with it, but massage it in. And so that's different than what we've been told, in the past. It wasn't that important to do that. But they are saying, yeah, be generous and use it. So I'll tell you the one last thing that I did after I got home from those meetings. I got some kind of flu. It was horrible. I was so down in bed, fever, body aches, the works for several days. And so I just kept putting this everywhere my lymph nodes are, here and in my armpits. And I would get these strange aches in my legs. Oh, not supposed to say that word, discomfort. I would get, just it was flu symptoms. And so I put it all over in hopes to get some of that relief and the de-stressing and all of that on me. And I felt like it helped, but I was so beyond sick. I don't know what it was helping or not helping. I was just grateful to have something to actually put on to maybe feel some of that relief and get some of that repair quicker. So, rapid targeted relief. That's what we can call it. It's targeted soothing relief. It de-stresses, it relaxes, and it soothes. So we'll end with that today. And thanks, you guys, for sharing your stories. And just know you can invite other people to come on these calls in these next few weeks. It really is discovering what this will do and being able to have some experts on the call to be able to share with us even more. The launch is going to be February 6th. It will be at a special price for just 2 weeks, that they will sell 4 tubes in a bundle. The price is $198 plus whatever shipping and taxes in your area. I think shipping was the $5 for shipping and then tax. So just know that that's coming up February 6th. It will last for 2 weeks. And then they will not sell it in bundles anymore after that. They will only sell it a tube at a time. So just so that you're aware of that. And during those 2 weeks, when this is launched, they will allow people to sign up to be distributors with the product and with the bundle price. So that's a new and exciting thing that they've not done before. So if you do know people that wanted to get into the business and do it, that will be a great way to get started. Also, you'll be able to use your one-time code, percentage off codes, and that's in your back office, and it will give you a list of those, what that code is. And you'll be able to share that with people that want to do an on-demand order, and they can get 10% off. So watch for all of that information. And if you have questions about that, you can always call the customer support at ASEA. They are awesome, and they'll be able to answer a lot of those questions. The customer support number is 801-973-7499. And ASEA customer support will be able to help you understand, like the discount codes and all of that when this all comes out. So hopefully if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Text me, call me, and I'll be sure to, if I don't know the answer, I'll get it for you. Okay? Thanks, you guys. See you later.